Feels good to be out here today. Good cause. Seeing getting the people, creating an awareness out here, seeing the people, particularly the young people. I've seen some pretty young kids out here, maybe from 8 on up. And just to get them involved, whether they pick up one little piece of trash or a whole bunch, it's the idea that it might be embedded in them for the rest of their lives and they can continue. Well, I've been coming here since 1948, all right? And along this coast was the Coast Highway, and it ran along those cliffs out there. And my dad I was 5 years old then, and my dad used to truck me down on his shoulders because the stripers just ran so great here. And he would carry me down to the beach, and we'd spend the whole day there because it was a tough climb back up, whether we caught fish or not. And I bring my dogs here. This is a great park. I hope somehow we can retain this land for park uses for all the public, not anybody, not just one individual. It was a garbage dump up until I think the 1970s, late 70s perhaps. And of course everything's changed. We're recycling more and we don't need the land use, and this was becoming a big problem because during the winter with erosion, the garbage was washing south along the coastside and washing up on the beaches. So they started to try to maintain it. They put in wire fencing and rock and everything. And that didn't do so well either, so they closed it and they went into different methods, which are better now.
My name is Tonya Fox, and I'm out here with the Earth Day Project to help clean up the beach and the shores of Mussel Rock in Pacifica. This spot is a spot that I enjoy pretty frequently. Most weeks I'm out here. I'm a paragliding pilot and I fly with the Bay Area Paragliding Association group that is spending a lot of our time out here enjoying the incredible wind conditions that you can see on display today, as well as all the amazing wildlife. It's a pretty special spot, a reclaimed garbage dump that's turned into a real special recreation area, and it's nice to be able to give back at least one day a year to make a real effort to get it into as good a shape as possible.
About 150 yards down the trail is a beautiful shot. I'm going to bring my wife back here to take a picture of it. It's a blanket of Elysium and mustardweed, and to the south from that you can catch Mussel Rock all together. It's beautiful.
First day ever in Pacifica, but I've been in the Bay Area for 12 years. The first reaction is gorgeous, and I love seeing the waves come in and the cliffs.
Hey, I'm Helen Nicely. I am at Mussel Rock. We call ourselves the Mussel Rock Stars, and we clean up here once a month. And I've been living here for over 10 years, and it was only 2 years ago I sort of realized that this area merits having a team of cleanuppers every 4 weeks or more often, because when I walked my dogs I realized that they were getting their feet cut on broken bottles regularly, and they were digging in the hillside and then they would pull out things, and I realized that this area has been kind of abused for many, many decades. This is a landfill area, and it sits on top of the San Andreas Fault, and as the movement of ground happens and the erosion of the wind and the rain happens, it reveals a lot of extra trash. So we not only have trash archaeologically, we also have it on a daily basis because this is a transfer station. Yeah, so I decided to clean up, and I suddenly realized other people were cleaning up as well. We were all independent of each other, and then I joined the Beach Coalition about 5-6 years ago, and they had started cleanups, and I realized, well, we definitely could have a regular cleanup. And I had all my friends in the Pacifica Beach Coalition who would help me, and I had the dog walkers, the paragliders, all the other people that love this area. And so we've kind of united on Earth Day as well and Coastal Cleanup Day to put a special effort into cleaning up in this area.
The usual flying experience with the birds out here are with the gulls, with some of the turkey vultures, and special in my heart is the California brown pelicans, who are coming by in great numbers right now. Just last week we were packing up our gliders and had 235 brown pelicans migrating north along the coast, and they passed right overhead. So soaring with the birds and seeing them from above is really a special thing if you're a fan of both flying and birds.
Snowy Plovers this year are our honoree, and the Snowy Plovers need our help. We've had, according to the Shorebird Alliance, we've had over 30 Snowy Plovers here in the last 5 years. It's gone down to 19. Now this year it's down to 9. 9 Snowy Plovers resting here through the winter. And who knows if it's next year or the year after, we may have none unless we step in to do something for them.
From July through April, the winter flock starts in late summer and then builds and is here through any of the winter months. November, December, January, you're pretty likely to see some birds out of Pacifica here.
You know, you just don't see them right around here, because up here on the cliff beaches, the surf comes all the way up to the rock, so there's no habitat for them right in this stretch. But farther south on the dunes, farther north up closer to Funston, they're definitely plover habitat. And unfortunately, what I see often is that those areas are also included in the dogs' off-leash areas. And so the dogs that are playing and running free, unfortunately, are a bit tough on the plovers and their attempts to nest.
There are many areas on the beach where the birds are not at. Go to those areas and let your dog play over there. But find out where those Snowy Plovers are. They're going to put a symbolic fence, so that'll indicate where those birds nest and roost. We can all help the Snowy Plover, even by picking up litter at our home and on our street, in the parking lot when we go. Removing the cigarette butts, which are so toxic. There's many things to do to help the plover, and one of them is using your voice to teach others about the dogs and the area of the Snowy Plover.
We're a unit as a whole in our ecosystem, and you know, I just think that there's importance in preserving all the species, that we're creative enough as a human species to find a niche for everything, I think, even with our ability to use this as a recreational area and to live in this area.
From here to where the plateau ends was all garbage dump, and it went all the way around the edge of this cliff. See? And so we're literally standing on garbage. You could drive in here. It cost, I think, $5 to bring a truckload in here on certain days. And they had a booth at the gate where the gate is now. They had a little booth with a guy there, and he gave you a ticket, charged you $5, and you just went in there and dumped all your old rubber tires and everything else. But people became more aware of our environment at that time and started looking into it, and there was like petroleum being dumped in there, gasoline and other chemicals, and it was seeping into the soil, and they started taking water samples, and they said, we can't have this, we got to clean this up.
My name's Ethan, and I am from the Boy Scout troop, Troop 74, and we've come down here to clean up Mussel Rock. It's really nice out here. It's pretty clean, but I'm sure there's quite a bit of trash at the same time. And apparently there's been some weird stuff here before.
I found a strap of a bra and I pulled it out, and it was a leopard skin bra, size 40 double D. And then I found a pink bra that I pulled out of the ground, and then next to it I found a long hairpiece, a blonde hairpiece. So I think it was just trash.
Cigarette butts, bottles, cans, plastic debris left over from old sandbags, I believe.
Cigarette butts. Wow. I hear they're doing things to be able to recycle these into other products now, which on the one hand is great, but be even better if they went straight there instead of having to make an intermediate stop on this lovely beach.
I will just randomly clean up, just a random act of cleanup. It just spontaneously happens now. I mean, if I'm bending down to pick up my dog's mess, I may as well pick up other stuff I find. So it's not difficult for me, and I'm coming to the transfer station where I can dispose of it, and so I just do it routinely.
We found one area that looked like some of the old glass was starting to surface, and decided that trying to pick up trash at a garbage dump might be a little bit more than the deeper you went, the more garbage you found. So we decided to just kind of cover that one over and hope that nature takes its way.
You know, it's a great open space. We're standing on top of garbage, but we're enjoying it. It's a great open space, and you know what? It actually connects with Fort Function, with the hang gliders and the runners and the beach goers and the dog walkers. Yeah, it's a great parkland. I think it should be connected with the rest of Thornton's Beach and Fort Function.